Hello, this is Chef Petrina. Welcome to my kitchen, and today I'm going to be cooking banana fritters, or in Malaysia we call it goreng pisang. Goreng means fried and pisang means bananas. What we do is to select ripe bananas. So these are not the ones where the skin is still very firm and fresh. I'm going to show you what the bananas should look like, or the skin of the bananas should look like, so that you know that these are the riper bananas that you can be using. You can use the smaller bananas, which you normally find in Asian type countries. However, in Europe, we normally use the larger ones. Whichever you use is fine. The smaller ones tend to be a lot sweeter as well. I'm customizing this recipe to make it healthier. As you know, in all my recipes, I tweak it to my own version to make it healthier so that we can still enjoy these little treats, these little meals that we are so familiar with. We've been brought up in our native countries, and to also be able to eat it whilst making it healthier. So today I'm going to be frying it, not really deep frying it, but more shallow frying it with olive oil. You can use coconut oil, however, I'm a bit short of coconut oil today, so I'm going to use olive oil. And instead of adding like the white sugar and a lot of sweeteners, which you normally find when they make it commercially in the shops or in the streets, I'm not going to add any sugar because the bananas are already naturally sweet. So I'm going to keep that. I'm going to add a bit of nutmeg and a bit of cinnamon powder and also a bit of vanilla essence to give it that lovely sort of, different taste to mask with the sweetness of bananas. And that's basically it. I'm also going to coat the bananas later on after I mashed it up with what I have a mixture of oat spelt flour that I'm going to use. And you can use other flours as well. However, these are the healthier flours as well. In the flour itself is a mixture. So it's a mixture of oat, spelt, and it also has a bit of turmeric as well. So that'll give it the natural yellow color, to make it a bit more pleasing to the eyes. And also turmeric is really good for your health as well. So it's anti-inflammatory. So that makes a really nice treat. So these are basically the ingredients. As I mentioned, these are the sort of bananas you should be using. You can see the skin is not really looking very nice, and that's how you actually tell when the banana's quite ripe as well. So I've actually peeled about 3 here, which you can use. You can use more as well, depending on how many people you're going to feed or how hungry you are. This is about a teaspoon of vanilla essence. And this is my flour, which is a mixture of turmeric, oat, and spelt flour. And I've got a teaspoon of cinnamon and also nutmeg powder. I'm going to use this little masher to actually mash up the bananas and mix it. And after that, I'm going to mix it with this flour to keep the texture firmer, and going to fry it in olive oil, or as I mentioned, coconut oil as well. Now, for those of you who are not aware, this is how the nutmeg looks like before it's actually becomes a powder. So if you want, you can actually make your own fresh nutmeg powder as well, if you can find the original nutmeg. So here we go. Let's get mashing the bananas. You can see the bananas are quite soft, so you can actually just mash it quite easily. They're a bit slippery as well, but it's easily mashed into this thing. So just keep mashing until it's really soft. This fried banana fritters is a really nice snack, a finger food type snack that you can prepare the mash in advance if you want to, a little bit in advance. Obviously not too much in advance, because the longer you leave food out before consuming it, it will actually oxidize as well. So you don't really want to prepare it like, you know, the night in advance or a few hours in advance, but at least a little bit in advance. And then you can fry it as and when you're ready to consume it, so that you can have the nice, lovely, warm type of banana fritters fresh. Or what you could do is also, you can fry them, and then before you want to consume them, you can also heat them up slightly in the oven as well. So can you see this nice little texture here? So I'm going to add now the teaspoon of vanilla essence, just to give it a little bit more nice flavor. Got it here. Okay, so it's quite liquid as well. Going to add now the teaspoon of nutmeg and cinnamon powder, just to give it a lovely nice flavor as well. And the powder will mix it, come a bit more, make the mixture less liquid as well. And I'm going to add the flour in. This is a mixture of turmeric, oat and spelt flour. Never like to waste anything, so there's a bit of flour stuck back in the bowl. I've just got rid of it, or put it all back into this mixture. So the flour that I've used is about 2 to 3 heaped tablespoons. All depends on how big your, or how large your bananas are as well. So you can see the flour, the quantity that I've used is kind of perfect, because you can see the mixture is not too moist and also not overwhelming with the amount of flour that's being used as well. So this is why oftentimes when people ask for recipes, it's a bit hard to actually just follow exactly, because obviously bananas, unless you weigh the bananas, it's a bit difficult to say how much flour you should use. So just do your trial and error and see how it goes, because obviously bananas come in different sizes and every banana is different. So this is the type of the texture and consistency you can see, and it's almost ready to fry. So I've got my pan here, frying pan, with about, I don't know, 5 tablespoons of olive oil. Again, the quantity of oil you need to have all depends on the size of the pan as well. So this is just a guide. If you need a bit more, you can add more. If you need less as well, if you're cooking in a smaller pot. And whilst waiting for the oil to heat up, I am just still mixing or kneading this banana fritters mixture. You can see it's quite firm, just like if you're making or kneading bread. It's quite firm like that. Okay, so I'm gonna just get about, you can see it's like a tablespoon of fritters ready. Doesn't have to be perfect shape. Now, whilst waiting for the oil to heat up perfectly, I've actually found the label where what I've used for the flour. It contains spelt flour, oat bran, lentil flour, and oat flour, with turmeric and milk flax seeds as well. So that's the ingredients. I'm gonna test the oil now with just one of this little mixture. The oil looks like it's perfect warm because you can see that the fritter is frying quite comfortably. You can obviously make it with your own shape as well, different shape. So keep adding like that. You don't really want it to be too big. You just want it to be sort of like finger size so people can actually just pick up and eat it. Like a party finger type food. So it doesn't really have to be perfect shapes. It's up to you. You can actually use like an ice cream scoop as well if you want to make it really nice and sort of like better shaped. So that's about 5 frying. I'm just going to use a spatula type thing to move it. You can see it's not, it's quite firm and it's not stuck to the pan, not too much. Just turn it round so that it cooks nicely and not burn as well. Turn it around, pick this up, and see it's not sticking to the pan. And this one, let's see. Okay, so that will make a bit more space for more fritters to be put in the pan. One more goes in, that's 6. 7. You can probably get easily about 15 fritters. And you can see these are quite like handy size where you can just pick it up with your hand. Also, once it's cooled down slightly. Always be careful when you're eating like these sort of hot fried foods because you don't want to be burning your lips on it. There you go. This one goes easily. Make more space now for a few more to go in. Sit there. And now, yeah. Okay. You just have to be patient and wait for it to cook properly. Keep turning so that it's evenly cooked and ensure it's not burnt because you don't really want to be eating any burnt type food. When food is burnt, it will also become what we call carcinogenic, which is how cancer comes about. So we don't recommend that you fry foods or eat foods that are burnt because the high temperature obviously first of all destroys all the nutrients and obviously it becomes carcinogenic as well, which is not healthy. Okay, so space for one more here. And you can see this bowl is almost there now. So as I mentioned, about 10 to 15 fritters nicely coming along. Keep turning, as I mentioned, so that it's evenly cooked. You can deep fry it as well, however, I'm not really a fan of deep fried stuff because obviously it's a lot less healthy as well. Especially the commercially deep fried ones because they're going to be using the oils, not fresh oils, We've known of restaurants who reuse oils, and these are the big chains as well. Because they are constantly thinking of their so-called profit margin or their costs, so they are constantly reusing oil up to 30 or a few months, 30 days or a few months. So can you imagine what that oil is like? It's been through lots of other foods. It's not the best oil that they use for cooking. Yes, it may taste yummy, however, it's going to affect your health in the longer term if you're going to be eating a lot of deep fried foods, especially from the restaurants that tend to want to save on their oil cost by reusing the oil for as much as 30 or more days. The same cooking oil used to deep fry stuff. So just bear this in mind. So you can mention the bananas, because it's been coated with the flour mixture, it's not sticking to the pan. These fritters are almost done. I've got my serving plate here and 2 pieces of kitchen towel just to soak up the additional oil. Although saying that, the oil that I've used is healthy olive oil on low heat. Now, olive oil, you want to be cooking it on low heat, not like in a very high heat, because it actually destroys the oil as well. You don't want the oil to be like, or the pan to be smoking. If you do that with the olive oil, then you'll know it's too much high heat and actually destroys the properties of the olive oil as well. So these are the banana fritters fried in olive oil. Shallow fried, not deep fried. So you can see it's not oily. I'm just going to put it here, let it down to cool, and I'm going to be looking forward to tasting one very shortly. The great thing is because it's mainly bananas, so you don't really have to be too concerned if it's not like cooked properly, because obviously bananas can be eaten raw. Just the flour that you want to ensure is cooked so that you're not eating like a raw mouthful of flour. What you can do as a guide is just ensure it's brown all over consistently. These are the bits that are almost be turning to brown, so I'm going to take that out. And I'm going to enjoy. As I mentioned, these can be prepared in advance of you consuming it, or if you have guests around, you can cook this in advance and just warm it up in the oven so it's still nice and warm and crispy as well while it's being consumed. Banana fritters, goreng pisang as we call it in Malaysia, where I come from. Such a healthy and nice healthy snack that you can prepare in less than 20 minutes. These are the fritters that have been served and just being drained slightly on 2 pieces of kitchen towel. And this is the oil. You can see there is almost as much oil as when I started it. And the oil is fairly clean as well because I've cooked the fritters with olive oil on very low heat. I'm going to enjoy these fritters, and looks like I'll probably have to make another batch because this is probably just enough for me. I'm really hungry. Thank you for watching. Remember to give me a thumbs up on this video and subscribe to my channel for more recipe ideas and healthier cooking. Here we are. I've got my fritters here and I'm just going to show you what it looks like. Looks wonderful. I've got a confession to make. I was so hungry while making this. I actually ate already two of these little bits. So this is one which is slightly cool. I'm just going to bite into it to show you. It's crispy, it's nice. And what I love about it is because it's my own recipe, I've not added any sugar to it. It's still slightly soft on the inside, crunchy on the outside. And most of all, I've not added any white sugar or any other sugar. The bananas are sweet, naturally sweet as it is. And I know that I'm putting or consuming a lot healthier by making my own. So I hope it's encouraged you to try this recipe and make your own as well. And most of all, let me know in the comments how you enjoy this recipe. I'm going to enjoy this. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so, because at the time of this recording, I'm very close to reaching 100 subscribers. Obviously, I would love a lot more people to be following me, following this channel, because this channel is all about food, how you can actually eat healthier whilst enjoying the foods that you love as well. And I tweak the recipes to make it a lot healthier. And I have proven, even on live TV, that these recipes can be made healthy and can be prepared in approximately 20 minutes. Some recipes take a bit longer, some take a bit less time. However, I would just like to prove that you can actually cook and prepare your own meals in approximately 20 minutes for most dishes, so that you can actually, first of all, save money, because eating out or buying takeaways does add up to the bill, and the cost of living at the time of the recording is on the increase as well. So why not learn how to make your own healthy, yummy, delicious recipes, make it healthier so that you can live and enjoy life for much longer without suffering from all the other diseases and illnesses that seem to be affecting most people these days, because mainly of our lifestyle, our fast-paced lifestyle. Please do give me a like, thumbs up on this video, share it with your friends, and also let me know what you would like me to attempt in future videos, so I can actually have recipe ideas as well as to what you would like to learn how to prepare fast, quick, and most importantly, healthier as well. Do subscribe to this channel, as I mentioned, and give me a thumbs up on this video.